Now, if you will please welcome our next brave storyteller, Melissa Nolan.
Okay, this is both the most challenging and inspiring thing I've ever done. I thought long and hard about the stories I could share, all revolving around my life, my mental illness. And I bet most of you can relate to one of the reasons I go to therapy. I have daddy issues, body image issues, and suffer chronic pain from my fibromyalgia, which led to opioid addiction. I've been to jail, totaled my 4Runner in a full rollover accident, lived in a condo for 15 years and had 27 roommates, and I've been in abusive and toxic relationships. I've attended way too many funerals for friends lost too soon. Our new to us home flooded in Hurricane Harvey. We lost my estranged father to ALS 2 months later. My loyal dog, Chewbacca, passed at the age of 17 last year, and I've been searching for a new job for over 6 months now. I think you get the point. My life is not picture perfect. But I've also been very blessed throughout the years. I'm here tonight, which is amazing in itself, and let's just say I believe in guardian angels. I've made some awesome friends along the way, strengthened my relationship with my wonderful mother, reconnected with and married my high school sweetheart, stopped abusing drugs and alcohol, have a very loving dog named Fred, and was able to be a part of the brave cast and team that made tonight possible. So let's get started, because my story tonight is about my best friend, Bronwyn. Ask anyone who knows me, they'd probably say I'm a pretty happy person. Most people don't know about my mental illness or the hard stuff, because it's easier to pretend that everything is okay and smile as if life is picture perfect. But is it really? The definition of picture perfect is completely flawless, immaculate, and unblemished, an unreasonably or impossibly high standard. The opposite would then be defective, faulty, imperfect, or bad. So where is the middle ground? My entire life, from as early as I can remember, I was an overachiever and my own worst critic. I'm not sure why I put so much pressure on myself, but it happened and it grew worse over the years. I also remember smiling through almost everything, oblivious to the pressure I was putting on myself. Bronwyn understood that pressure too. Growing up in Beaumont, we spent time riding bikes, having slumber parties, and just enjoying life. The sweet memories make me miss those carefree days. But really, how carefree were they? We were both in honor roll in school, excelled in athletics, were involved in church youth groups, the list goes on. I don't remember when or why we started partying. Maybe we were bored in a small town, and that's just what kids do. Or maybe we were already trying to escape the pressures of living a picture-perfect life. I'll never forget the day we were at her house and I saw her wrists. They had scars I'd never seen before, always carefully covered. We were 15 or 16 and had been friends for at least 10 years. How would I miss the signs? She shared with me that day, a very rare occurrence, but we never spoke of it again, as I was afraid to bring it up and push her away. After high school graduation, we went to different schools for college, and all I could think was, who will watch out for her now? Freshman year, April 28th of 1999, 20 years ago today, is a day I will never forget. I had been cramming in my dorm room for my psychology exam, learning all about mental illness and suicide. I went to bed pretty late. My phone rang and I thought, who would call me in the middle of the night? It was a girl from high school. Bronwyn was gone. She ended her life. The following days, weeks, months, and even years are a blur. I had no idea how to cope with the pain, and neither did anyone around me. My family and friends couldn't handle me, so I continued doing what I always had, escaping reality and smiling through the pain. I read at her funeral, graduated from St. Edward's with high honors in 4 years, while holding down a full-time job, still partying like no tomorrow, and continuing to act as if everything was picture perfect. I learned to put on my mask, rarely letting others in, and not knowing how to ask for help, just smiling until I couldn't anymore. Nothing seemed to numb the pain. I was constantly taking life for granted, addicted to escaping reality with drugs and alcohol. Although I never tried to take my own life, I definitely did not respect it. I pushed my limits until one day a very alcoholic roommate asked me, "Are you okay?" This really made me stop and think. Luckily, I was able to recognize that no, I was not okay, and I got the help that I needed. It didn't happen overnight, and I'm still a work in progress, but I stopped the excessive partying, got back into therapy, and went to see a psychiatrist. I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety, ADHD, and PTSD. I took the medicine and went back to therapy, stayed on my meds, but quit therapy again. It was a vicious cycle, but I wasn't ready to do the hard work of getting better. Today, on the 20th anniversary of Bronwyn's death, I stand here as a survivor. I will always miss my friend and wonder what if. But I can also remember her fondly, and I am now doing the hard work of allowing myself to grieve. Every day is a struggle that I try to face with the best intentions. My life is not picture perfect, but that is no longer the goal. The last 6 months have been a battle. I've been searching for a new job. My depression and anxiety have been rearing their ugly heads. I'm currently going through some pretty intensive therapy and a medication change, which is always a little scary. But I have doctors who listen and care, an amazing husband, friends, and family who are loving and supportive. But most importantly, I finally have the faith in myself to know that I will not only survive, but will thrive. I am so proud to honor Bronwyn, all those who we've lost too soon, and everyone who bravely fights to live every single day. Mental illness and addiction are not going anywhere, even if some people pretend they don't exist. When we talk openly about mental health, we start the conversation and help to end the stigma. Life is not picture perfect. And for me, it requires a conscious choice to continue fighting. No one is flawless or unblemished, but we're not bad or defective either. I may not be everything my mind says I should be, but I'm done pretending to be someone I'm not. I may not be proud of some things in my past, but I am very proud of who I am today. I am perfectly imperfect. My name is Melissa Nolan, and this is my Brave.